What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this beautiful Monday. I'm doing well myself. And I hope you guys had a very, very nice, relaxing weekend. As you know what I always say, mine was beautiful, but it just went too fast as usual. You understand? But not only that, it seemed like we had a very, very violent situation happen over the weekend with the Juneteenth, celebrations across the United States. What have you? It appears that we've had mass shootings. You understand? Now, I have to ask, is it by coincidence that this would happen on the Juneteenth celebrations? Or was it just that our people just don't appreciate, you understand, whenever we do happen to get a particular time to celebrate some particular, situations from our history and our past with our people. You understand? I would just really like to know that, you know. But what I want to do is I got a couple videos, as a matter of fact, and I want us to watch it. One happened in Willowbrook, Illinois. Was a mass shooting that took place, Juneteenth celebration. Okay. The other one, well, that happened in what's that place? Darn it. Asheville, North Carolina. Same thing, a 16-year-old boy was arrested there. So without further ado, let's just check these particular videos out and then we'll get into the commentary.
We begin this hour with what has been a violent holiday weekend all across the United States. Gun violence rattling communities from Washington state to Georgia. In Illinois, authorities are trying to figure out who opened fire at a Juneteenth celebration in the Chicago suburb of Willowbrook. That was overnight. One person died and at least 22 others were injured. Investigators say several of those who were hurt were trying to flee the chaos. CNN's Camila Bernal has been following this story. Camila, what more are you learning about the investigation?
Well, Alex, while authorities don't have a motive at the moment, we are learning that there could be multiple shooters in this case. Authorities saying that an unknown number of suspects fired multiple rounds from multiple weapons. This is just part of the new information that we got. They're also saying and giving us essentially a better timeline of what happened. They say that the Juneteenth celebration started at around 6 p.m. and they say that law enforcement officers were present at the time and throughout the event, but it was at around 12:25 p.m. when they received a phone call, a 911 call that was reporting an alleged fight taking place nearby. So some of these officers responded to this fight, and as they're trying to figure that out, they hear the gunshots, and so they immediately go back to the Juneteenth celebration. And of course, it is chaotic. Witnesses describing just trying to get out of the area, trying to get themselves into safety. I want you to listen to some of these witnesses and what they had to say.
We were all just out, and next thing you know, shots just got going off, and everybody ran, and yeah, it was chaos.
I've never been in anything like this, honestly. Honestly, I have a headache from the whole commotion. All I could do is check on my friends and want to see if everything was okay.
And Alex, you mentioned one dead, 22 injured, but authorities also saying that people also got hurt as they were trying to flee the scene. Right now, what authorities are doing is that they're watching surveillance video, cell phone video from witnesses and victims who were at the celebration. They say they're still trying to interview all the victims and the witnesses in this case, trying to piece together exactly what happened here. But of course, it's going to take a while for them to figure out exactly what happened and what the motive was here. Alex?
And those people just trying to have a good time on what is supposed to be a happy weekend. Camila Bernal, thank you very much for that report.
Thank you.
And now to Missouri, where police were shot in downtown St. Louis overnight, ranging in age from 15 to 19. A 17-year-old died from his injuries. Another teen is critically injured after being trampled while running from the scene. Police say they recovered several weapons, including an AR-15 style rifle. Right now, they have a 17-year-old suspect in custody. And then to Central Washington, where 2 people are dead and several others injured after a mass shooting at a campground near an amphitheater last night. The Grant County Sheriff's Office saying that the suspect shot randomly into the crowd and then walked away. from the scene before they took him into custody. Authorities have not given any details on the suspect, on the victims, or a motive. The amphitheater was hosting a 2-day music festival at the time. Organizers now say that today's performances have been canceled. And then in Georgia, officials are investigating a shooting that happened outside a nightclub near Atlanta. That was overnight. Our affiliate WSB reports 5 people were shot, but their conditions have not been released. Authorities are not saying what led up to the shooting or if any arrests have been made. These incidents all across the country, adding to the more than 300 mass shootings in the United States just this year. That means almost 2 per day on average.
Asheville police have charged a 16-year-old male after a downtown shooting scene that unfolded at Asheville's Juneteenth festival. It was a joyous event that nearly turned deadly. News 13's Taylor Thompson spoke with officers this afternoon and has the latest on this investigation.
Officers say what began as a weekend of celebrations quickly took a turn when 2 juveniles were shot here in Pack Square Park. A little before 9 p.m. on Saturday evening, the Asheville Police Department responded to reports of shots fired at the city's Juneteenth festival.
We had officers who were working Juneteenth festival. The event was breaking down at that time. Officers luckily were still in the area. They heard multiple rounds go off that time when that happened. Luckily they were here, just saw everybody pointing, people running.
Officers found 2 juvenile victims, both with gunshot wounds. Lieutenant Tammy Flanagan Bryson says an off-duty firefighter was pivotal in stopping the bleeding of one of the victims.
The city had some firefighters that was working the event, and they were out here on a tent when all of it occurred too. So even though we're short and stuff, these guys work hard out here, and you know they get to whatever we need to get to fast, and even the fire department does the same thing.
Both victims were transported to Mission Hospital. One has already been released and the other remains in critical but stable condition. Right now, Captain Joe Silberman says it's unclear if the suspect and the victims knew each other.
At this time, it appears that it was an argument that rapidly escalated to a physical confrontation and then beyond.
The suspect has been charged with 2 felony counts of assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill and inflict serious injury.
In the past year, it seems that we're recovering an increased amount of firearms as compared to the last decade. People are more comfortable carrying them, and they're being carried by people who shouldn't have them.
It's tough to see how young they are and how younger they're getting. The ones that were arrested, it seems a lot to be really young juveniles.
And due to the shooting, Sunday celebrations here in Pack Square were canceled. This investigation is still ongoing as APD is asking anyone with any information to please reach out. In Asheville, Taylor Thompson, News 13.
Wow. You know, at this point, it makes you wonder if this thing was planned and orchestrated. Who knows? Just to sabotage Juneteenth. You understand? That's just a theory. I'm not saying that it actually happened, but it just makes you wonder because you have to ask yourself, why did it happen on this particular time? You understand? I mean, mass shootings all over the place over the weekend. And the day is, I think it is Juneteenth, you understand? But it's just an ordinary work day just the same. You know, they don't really, pay you for time off or anything else like, 4th of July, Memorial Day, and all that kind of stuff. That's because they really don't value, our history anyway. And that's just the way I feel about it. It's true, because if they did, well, they would make it to where it was actually a real national holiday where you would just be off. Even if you didn't get paid, you would get an excused day off. You understand? But the thing is this. It's time for us to forget about things like this. None of this stuff right here matters right now. Juneteenth and all that kind of stuff. As a matter of fact, they are even hijacking Juneteenth. We've seen a lot of white people, capitalizing off of Juneteenth, making rugs and all kinds of stuff. Remember last year they had the situation with the ice cream, that they had on Walmart shelves that they wind up taking down. You understand? Capitalization. You understand? I saw a video, I think it was last week or week before last, talking about white people saying Juneteenth is about them. Believe that. Imagine that. That's just what it is, people. But here's the deal. This is what I'm saying. The reason why I said it's time for us to just forget about things like this and our own personal triumphs, a celebration of our history or whatever, is because our minds and our focus should be on the Most High. Okay? He's on his way back, you understand? And he's going to set things straight, you understand? And we cannot be distracted with man-given holidays. Father's Day, Mother's Day, Juneteenth Day, you understand? 4th of July, Memorial Day, all these kind of days, Thanksgiving, Christmas, give the devil back his due. You understand? Let him have those days. Those days don't mean nothing for the Most High's people. Our minds and our focus should be on him. You understand? Because I'm telling you, the day of reckoning is rapidly approaching. And this is what our minds should be focused on. You see, because what's coming? Juneteenth and any other day is not going to save you for what is coming. I'm telling you. I believe that the Most High have appointed me as one of the many watchmen. You understand? To understand the times and the seasons and look and see by everything that is taking place around us. Just here in this country alone, let alone the world. It's time that we turn our heads high towards the Most High, repent, and pray that we are one of the hopeful elect that is saved. Okay? For what's the impending judgment and doom that's fin to hit this place with a vengeance. You understand? A vengeance like no other. See? But before that, we still got what is called Jacob's trouble. Look at all the stuff that's coming with that. You're going to want to be saved. You're going to need to be saved from that right there alone. You understand? We're coming up on some very, very frightening times. So this is the reason why I say, hey, give the devil back these little days right here. It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. Because when the Most High restore us, every day going to be Juneteenth. Every day is going to be Black History Month. Every day. And nothing else is going to matter. You understand what I'm saying? That's all I got on this one, people. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts, views, and opinions on it in the comment section. Do y'all think that this is coincidental or could have been sabotage, or is it just some of our people just don't give a damn about respecting, our celebrations and history and what our ancestors, went through? Tell me in the comment section. People, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched, simply because we are. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.